Welcome back, my glow babies. This is your girl Dance Dow, and today we have a story time edition. So I want all you ladies to go ahead and grab your favorite tea. I'm drinking chamomile right now, and get comfortable. If you haven't bathed, bathe, lotion, do your nighttime skin routine, tie your lace, take off your makeup, do whatever you got to do and get comfortable, because we're going in with a story time today, y'all. And this story time is titled The Time I Almost Got Caught. Now, this is my disclaimer, you guys. I want to be transparent and just completely honest with you guys, and to show you my transformation by telling you stories and stuff that is entertaining, but is going to show how God kind of delivered me from things I was facing. So first of all, this story has to go back to when I was living in Freeport, Grand Bahama. It was my senior year in high school, and I was 15 years old. At the time, I was dating a guy who was extremely older than me. He was like 20, 21 or so. It was my senior year in high school, and I was 15 years old.
Hey, yo, what the?
And he was my first boyfriend, and I lost my virginity to him. And you know, the first time when you lose your virginity and you have sex, you're not really aware of the feelings that you're having. So when I was, having orgasms, it could have been equated to the same high that an addict gets. Okay, so he's my first boyfriend for everything, and we would have sex a lot.
My nigga.
And usually I would sneak out to go and have sex with him. But in this particular day, he wanted to come by my house. Now, guys, I don't entertain or encourage, sneaking out and being rebellious, but this was just my rebellious stage. He was my first boyfriend, and I just let him influence me to let him come over. Now, hold on, let me sip some tea because it's getting real juicy. Anywho, this particular day was a Saturday. So let me give you the backstory of why I even allowed him to come over. He was influencing me a lot, I'm not gonna lie. He was older, and like I said, I was not really identifying with the feelings that I had for him. So basically, almost anything that he asked me to do, I would oblige. Because I thought I was in love, but trust me, I wasn't in love. I've realized that I've only been in love once, but that's a topic for another day. This particular day was a Saturday, and at the time, both of my parents would come home on a schedule. So usually my mom would come home at about 5 p.m. and my dad would come home about 7 o'clock. So this Saturday, he texted me. He wanted to pull up, and at the time he didn't have a car. So he would either borrow someone's car or he would get a ride.
Look, G, this look like hella bands, don't it?
That is, ain't it?
I ain't got no money. Look, G, 20 on top,
Okay.
20 on bottom, hella wide.
And we were really slick, y'all. He would park in the neighbor's yard so that, if anything was to come, push comes to shove, that, we wouldn't get catch. Anywho, so, this day, he texts me, you want to come over, da-di-da-di-da. So he came over about 12 p.m., right? And, he just was getting right into it. He just wanted to start to do something.
Slow down there, buckaroo.
I really was trying to make this clean as, but I have to just keep it real. And there's a message after the story. So, he was eating my Krabby. Now, first of all, the mood was just like, oh, whatever, Saturday, he's 15, I didn't have a job, it was basically, the last couple months of high school. So I was just chilling and really excited to kind of graduate. But, he got right into it, started to eat my Krabby. But let me just say this, y'all. He was my first, but it you don't need experience to know when something just don't feel right. Y'all, he did not know what he was doing. It was like a dog nibbling on a bone. The dog enjoyed it, but the bone didn't then benefit none from that but getting cracked up. So it was just horrible. I'm not gonna lie, it was horrible.
What did he say?
Because it was like he didn't know what he was doing. I guess this was his first time, and I guess he only did it because he took my virginity. But it was horrible. It just felt so bad, and it was like he was just licking it. It was weird. It was horrible. I just felt like it was horrible, but at the same time, you know, it was horrible. But it's like, okay, whatever, you know, let's just do this. Waddy wah, whoop-de whoop-de whooped. So while we are in the act, my mom, who usually comes home at 5, it's about 2:30, and I see her car pulling in the driveway. So immediately we fumble in, you know, I close the door, I pull up my pants and my panty, and immediately he goes in the closet and he is just telling me what to do. He's like, listen, make it normal. Wipe yourself up, you know, go out there and talk to your mommy. Make it normal. Like, leave your door open. Don't make it obvious that something is going on. He was like, leave your door open and go talk to your mommy. So he's in the closet, right, hiding. I go and I'm talking to my mom, and we're talking about, you know, I'm just trying to make her seem like, oh yeah, I'm on the road. Oh yeah, SAT classes. Like, yeah, mom, I want to do the SAT classes. And, you know, I just wanted to give her what she wanted to hear so that she wouldn't have any suspect of what was going on in my room. So, as we're talking, and I'm trying to get my mom, like, in a position where she won't be able to see when I try to sneak him out. But she was like dangling inside the kitchen, dangling like inside the back porch at this time. And how the house was set up was, my room was the first room of the house, and it was extremely close by the door. And at this time, I was like the only one living in there with my parents. So it was a lot easier for me to kind of sneak out or let my boyfriend in at the time. So this is my room. You come out of the room, you turn here, you come here. This is the front door. So my room, the front door. If you go down straight here, this is where the living room is at. And there's a sofa in the living room that you can see directly from that sofa at the front door. So at this time, my mom was just lingering. And I was like, oh man. So like, you know, I went in my room, I left the door open so it wasn't obvious. And, you know, I was also just kind of make it seem like nothing was going wrong, walking back and forth the area that my mom was in. Hours went by and my mom wouldn't. So there was literally no way for me to sneak my then boyfriend at the time out. Okay? Hold on. Tea break. There was no way for me to sneak him out. So literally 3 hours passed. It's about 5:30. And my dad pulled up. And now it was like extra pressure, because it's like, if my daddy find this man in my house and find me, if he find this man in my room, he's probably gonna kill the man. And me, my behind was gonna get tear up. And backstory for all my Americans, you know, it's legal to beat your children in the Bahamas. Like, you could beat them basically however. They don't really enforce the abuse thing, and there's like a thin line between abuse and, you know, discipline for your children. So at this time, I'm freaking out, because as soon as my daddy pulled in, and I always knew when my daddy was coming, because we had a dog, Steve, rest in peace, Steve, y'all. I love my dog so much. He died when I moved to the States, but that's a topic for another day. When my daddy used to bend the corner in his truck because his truck was so loud, Steve loved my daddy so much that he would start barking. So, and there's a certain bark he would bark. It was like the dog was crying, barking. So when I heard Steve, I knew that my daddy was coming. Anyway, he pulled up. As soon as my daddy pulled up, you know, I talked to him to make him seem like everything was okay. And then him and my mommy was in the living room chilling. So now, from 5:30 to 7 o'clock, they're chilling in the living room. So now virtually there's literally no way for my boyfriend at the time to get sneak out. From about 7:30 to 8 o'clock, now my parents finally are in the kitchen. They're cooking something. So the coast became a lot more clear for me to sneak him out. So this was a very close situation, y'all. I was so close to getting catch. Like, not just sneaking him out, but getting catch during the act. Whew. Tea break. So at this point, 8:30 mark, both my parents are in the room. Not in the room, in the kitchen, cooking together. So you guys know this is my room, this is the front door, this is the living room. The kitchen was right in front of the living room. But what was so good about it being right in front of the living room, there was walls that blocked them from seeing the front door. So what I had to do is I tiptoed to the front door. I slowly removed the top latch and unlocked the door and ensure that it was ready for go time. So I'm listening to ensure both of my parents were in the kitchen before I let my then boyfriend come out the closet. So what I did was I had him come out the closet and I had him stand. There was like this is the front door, right? This was like kind of like a hallway that separated two of the bedrooms, and there was a wall. So I had him stand here right after the wall, the partition where he could not be seen, just in case my parents decided to come out the kitchen while I was trying to sneak him out. And because the door was open and everything, it was go time. I was listening and just using my discernment at that time to get him out and get him out smoothly. So what we did now is I then opened the door quick and he had to zoom out the front door.
Liddy! Go ahead, bro.
Y'all, that was one of the scariest moments in my life, because all I could think about is, what if I got caught? So he zoomed out the front door, basically unseen. Well, you know, God always see what we do. So this was unseen by the human eyes, but it was definitely seen by God, okay? And he just kind of zoomed out of there and started to walk on the road heading up, and I guess he called his ride to come and get him. But y'all, that was the most scariest like horror story for me of my life. And after that, I did not let him come back inside. After that, I did not let him come back inside because it was too close and it was a risky situation. And I'm sharing this story with you guys to be transparent and to let you know that I'm not perfect and God has delivered me from a myriad of things. And if I can save one person from going through the heartache, from going through the mistakes, from going through the allowing the rebellious spirit to take over my life, I would love to be that person. And I'm sharing this story with you guys also so that you can see how God delivered me and how God has restored everything that was stolen from me and replaced it with better. And I'm here to encourage you, young ladies, please keep your legs closed. There's nothing, you're not missing out on anything when it comes to sex. Wait until marriage. Trust me, you will be very happy if you wait until marriage, because you won't have to deal with the heartache. And at that tender age of 15, I didn't know what love was. And my boyfriend, who was 20, 21 at the time, I know he didn't know what love was. And now that I've been delivered from my reprobate mind, I understand the red flags that were given to me to let me know that this man was playing with my emotions. Okay? So, at that age, 15, you don't know what love is. Don't let a man sweet talk you in your pants to take your virginity. Your virginity is a jewel. Your virginity is a covenant that you need to save for your husband. And the amount of toiling that I went through for years because of my disobedience was painful. And I don't want any of you ladies to go through that. I want you guys to be better than me. Don't do as I do, but be better than me. And this is the thing, guys, when we create ungodly soul ties, because that's what it is. Whenever you sleep with someone, you create a soul tie. And if it's not under a covenant with God, you're going to have memories. Soul ties is something that you can reduce, but you're going to always have a memory in your mind of the experience of the relationship, and that can be painful. Whenever you sleep with someone, you create a soul tie, and you give them access to your soul. Whatever spiritual problems they are dealing with, you're going to deal with as well. So I'm just here to encourage you young ladies, don't even worry about a man. If I can go back in the hands of time, I would not have been checking for no boyfriend until I was 21. And I probably wouldn't have slipped up, because if I really saturated myself with the word of God and be focused on God, I wouldn't have slipped up. So guys, I hope that the story time was good for you guys, and I hope that this blesses someone, and this encourages someone to take your abstaining walk, take your virginity, something serious. Once it's gone, guys, you can't take it back. And it's worse when you give it to someone who does not value you, respect you. I don't want you guys to go through what I went through. Okay, guys, this is your girl, DanceDow. All my glow babies, go ahead and hit like, share, subscribe, and tune in, guys. I love you so much, and don't forget that God loves you. Okay, bye. Have a nice day.